back to my channel. Who's that? That's XSparkage.
Hi!
And we are doing a collab.
Yes!
Okay guys, so this has actually been a long requested collab. I feel like everyone, every time I get on Instagram live, because they know like we're best friends basically, that everyone's like, why don't you and LEESHA do a video together? And
I go, who's LEESHA?
And then some of them are like, who's LEESHA?
Which is fine.
And some of them are like, who's Crystal? And I'm like, well, you're watching me on Instagram, so I don't know why you don't know who I am. So when we were doing some shopping the other day, we were like, we need to do a collab video. So on LEESHA's channel, she just did her very first BOOHOO try on haul, you guys. So I want you guys to click on the link down in the description box and head over there, show her some love. It's her first try on haul. She did a great job. And so because this was something really different for her, we kind of, a lot of like body and confidence issues, kind of, not issues, but like conversation happened surrounding this.
Yep.
And so I'm like, we should really sit down and have a chat on my channel and talk about like comfort zone, body confidence, you know, and trying different things and kind of like the actual power of fashion. So
yeah, so I had asked Crystal, I feel like months ago,
it was
months ago, that I wanted her to help me pick out clothes because I've always been really kind of insecure about my body. I have an apple body shape and I always range in between like 8 and 12. That's usually on like my really, really skinny side. I'm a size 8. If I've gained a little bit of weight, size 12. And I always have felt like this is kind of the Sahara Desert of the fashion world. You know, you get a lot of these beautiful, super fit, super thin, gorgeous girls rocking all of these straight sizes. And then you get people like Crystal who rock plus size like nobody's business. And then it leaves you who does not fit, or me rather, who does not fit into plus sizes, but also doesn't feel like she could rock anything that these girls that are, you know, 5 or 6 sizes smaller than me. And it just ends up feeling very lost and very confused at what I should wear, what will work for me, what won't. So because Crystal is so confident in her body and because she rocks so many different styles, I really wanted her to help me to try and branch out of the skater dress skirts, or the skater dresses, because that's my go-to for just anything fancy, because I know that's gonna work for me. So we did a try on haul on my channel. We went on BOOHOO. Crystal picked out everything. I think I had say in like one thing. And
yeah, I let her like get involved in the purchasing decision of one item.
Yeah, and it ended up being the craziest but most like eye-opening, mind-blowing experience for me, because so much of this stuff is things I would have never ever in a million years have thought, yes, I can totally rock that. Almost everything that she picked out were things that I would have literally just kept scrolling. And when she was like, oh, I'm gonna pick this out, I'm gonna pick this, it was okay, I trust you, we're gonna try it. And then it ended up being amazing, like mind-blowingly, like life-changing, different. And I'm still like, I'm shook. I'm just shook.
You know, it takes a lot of trust, I think, between friends for me to say, I'm gonna put stuff in your cart and the deal is you have to check out. Like whatever I put in your cart, you have to buy.
Yes.
And so there was a lot of trust there. Obviously we know each other, so you know, she knows I'm not gonna steer her wrong.
Yes.
But yeah, it definitely does take a lot of trust. So I think that there's a little bit of a disconnect between, and it's not just LEESHA, I mean, it's like every woman, right? That there's a disconnect on how we see ourselves versus how other people see us. So where everything that I chose for LEESHA, this is how I see LEESHA to me. Like these items are who LEESHA is. And it was really cool to see her be like, okay, I trust you, and then actually like try them on. So we wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of pieces from her haul that really kind of started having her change the way she kind of viewed her body and change the way she kind of viewed herself. But before we get into that, I've been talking a lot on Instagram Live about confidence, and we do body positive chats while I do my get ready with me. So if you're not following me on Insta, by the way, go ahead and do that, because I go live probably about 3 times a week. I do my makeup, I get ready, and then we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and quite often it's body stuff. And the question that always comes up is, how do I get confident? How do I find confidence? And LEESHA and I, we were having salads the other day over at the restaurant across the street. And you know, we got to the subject of confidence and how you get there. And I think people think that confidence is something bestowed and gifted to like a magical select few of people.
Yes.
And it's really not the case.
No.
No. So confidence is something that comes from we like to call it, like, you have to walk through the fires of hell to get confidence. Confidence is a medal. Confidence is like a badge of honor that you earn when you get to the point in your life where you are sick of living for other people, when you are sick of people and strangers that you don't know making comments about you, and then you wearing those and living with those every day of your life, and they get to move on with their life and forget that they even saw you because you're just some girl that they saw on the street that they were mean to.
Yes.
But you live with that comment, and that is allowing control over your life from someone that you don't know, that's not giving you a second thought. And I think the first step to beginning to walk into hell is to realize that you're giving control of your life to people that don't care about you, and enough is enough. I think you have to get to the point where you hit, like, you're done. You're done letting other people you don't know control your life. Why do they get to go out and have like a happy life? They get to go home and have supper and do whatever, and you're sitting there like crying in bed about like, oh my God, they moved at me while I was, you know, standing on the side of the street. It's really crazy.
It is 100% that. And you know, that's such a huge thing that you're saying, because there are moments that I can remember all the way back to like the 5th grade where people have said things and I know that they won't remember it, you know.
Absolutely.
but you keep that stuff, and it sucks, and nobody should be talking to anybody like that. But really, that kind of stuff is where you end up, you almost like you need that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that there's usefulness in suffering.
Yes.
Which is a really crappy thing to say, and it's a really hard thing, I think, to hear, and it's a really even harder thing to understand and really live. But there is importance and usefulness in suffering. And I think a really good way to look at it is look at someone who's had everything handed to them, right? Like their parents are rich, they've had every opportunity in the world, they have everything afforded to them, and they are selfish and shallow and not really people of character. And you look at someone who's maybe, you know, come from, like my background is my parents were broke and worked like their fingers to the bone to provide a life for us. And the whole time I was overweight and really given a lot of crap about my weight, and I had to overcome a lot to get to where I am now. You guys see this confident person in front of you, but you don't know that like 5-10 years ago I was on a 500 calorie a day diet, praying every day to get rid of this weight because it was the one thing that was making me miserable.
And you know, I can understand that though, because I've been there where I was like 25 pounds lighter at my lightest weight, and I remember in high school doing this thing where I would go to the gym and I would eat like a Special K bar, and I would make sure I just wanted to hit 0. So I wanted to always eat and work out the same amount so that it was at 0. That's incredibly unhealthy. And what I think we both realized is that even if we were at those lower weights, you still don't feel good about yourself. A lower number on the scale does not mean happiness.
No.
And you know, I remember when I was at my lowest weight, I remember I was still buying clothes that were too small. And I was buying, like, I think I could fit into a 6, and I was buying 4s because I would eventually be there, you know? And so what I think confidence really is realizing that the number, and realizing that the size on the clothing doesn't matter. I mean, there's been a lot of times where I would never buy, like I would just buy a 10, and if a 10 didn't fit, well then what, you know, I'm just gonna wear sweatpants and stuff. And it's gotten to the point where I don't care if it's an 8, I don't care if it's a 14. If it fits and looks good, that's gonna be better than what the number on the tag says. But it's hard, and I really think that, you know, you had dealt with a lot of things. I went through postpartum. That tore me to shreds. I'd never been depressed before, and that was awful. And you know, when you're in that mindset, you end up just breaking everything else down. Everything comes down with it. So you might, you know, if you have depression, your body confidence, your self-confidence comes down too. And like, it's been so nice to do this and to try these things out, because it's almost like, what did you tell me, an egg hatching? I think that's what you called me earlier.
Yeah, it's like you're finally out of your shell. I mean,
yeah.
It's one of those things, like, and to kind of like tie it, I know this video is kind of a little bit all over the place, you guys. We have been working for a really long time today, and I think when anytime you want to talk about, you know, body issues and self-confidence and stuff, it's a hard to like structure the conversation, because it is so emotional and everyone's perspective is different. But the reason we wanted to show these pieces in particular, because it was like, she saw herself the way I saw her, and your best friend's always going to be kinder to you than you are going to be to yourself, I think. And so it was really cool to push LEESHA out of her comfort zone and see her try on different things. So I'm gonna have her talk a little bit about some of her favorite pieces that we pulled from the haul.
So this first thing I want to show you guys actually blew my mind. This was the first thing that Crystal had picked out on Boohoo, and I remember just being like, okay, because it's a two-piece, it's a crop top, almost like bralette, and then it's these pants that I don't even know, like, what do you call them?
They're plazo pants.
Plazo pants. And this is never, you know, first of all, it's super, super busy, and there's just being two-piece, being all of these things. I remember being like, you know what, I trust you, whatever. And then I tried it on and sent Crystal a picture and was blown away with how much I did. Like, I expected to put this on and go, nope, can't wear that, shows my stomach. Why would I wear that? And I remember putting this on and thinking, oh, this is actually really cool. And so this was really the first piece that I tried on, and it was exactly what Crystal was expecting it to be, in the sense that trying something on like this that I always, my entire life, thought I could never ever wear, it was really eye-opening, you know? And I think that sometimes with confidence, you don't realize, like, it's so easy to get into that mindset of baggy t-shirt and like baggy like sweatpants and comfortable. And I think that you can't get confidence from being comfortable. That's really what it is. And it's, you know, I've been wearing the baggy t-shirts and short shorts because I know that my legs are like the only part of my body I like the most. And so trying this on was like, oh my God, I can't do that. But trying something new like that actually ended up making me realize, why not?
Right.
There's no reason not to. And I think that that was such a huge thing for me.
I have to say, and I'm sorry if I embarrass you like a little bit, but y'all should have seen her parading around in this outfit. Like, she looked like she just won like the Kentucky Derby. She was like, look at me, I am a pretty pony. Like, it was awesome, because this was the set that, like, I remember when we were checking out, I could feel, like, I remember looking at you and be like, I can feel like the resistance like radiating off of you through the airwaves. She was not having it, and then she put it on and she was like, oh my God.
It's so true. It's so true. And it's just so cool, because this is such a, I would have never picked this. And it's just crazy to me how easily something, just like a different outfit, you know, something new that's out of your comfort zone can give you that confidence that you didn't know you had.
Right.
And I mean, we've talked about this before, because we've done a couple like outfit shots with me, and it's always, I don't know what to do, because I'm used to here up. I remember when I would first meet people on YouTube, they'd be like, oh, I didn't know you had a body. I thought you were always shoulders up, because I never showed my body because I was not confident. And it was just really cool, because I know Crystal could tell this, but there was like a spark, because I felt like, wow, I feel good about myself in this. This is totally out of my norm, and I love it. And she's cracking up as she's taking pictures of me, because it was all of a sudden, it was like, well, she was calling me XXXparkage, triple X sparkage, because I was into it.
He was rocking it. Oh my God.
And it's really because these clothes are new, and they're giving me this idea of what my potential is.
Exactly. That's the best part, is that, you know, normally, you know, when we do outfit shots and stuff, I have to coach Lisa, because like she said, she's a beauty guru, so she's really bomb at headshots. Like, she can nail a headshot. But when it comes to everything else, it's not, you know, it's not something she's used to.
Yeah, it's not as...
I didn't have to coach her at all. Like, at all. Like, she put this stuff on. She knew she felt good. She knew she looked fly. It was all different, and she felt it within her. I didn't have to do anything. I literally she just was like, I got, like, hold my beer. I got this. Like, hang on. And just she did her thing. So you guys need to follow her on Instagram to see all the pop-in shots, because she didn't need any help.
And it's such a good feeling that way. It's so awesome, and it's so new to me to be in an outfit that is different, you know, that isn't something that you're comfortable with, because comfortableness is how you slide into that big baggy shirt and sweatpants, and I've been there for so long, you know. And don't get me wrong, I'm definitely one of those people that's like who's like this, like Luster Lux is like this.
Katie and Desi are really into sweatpants.
Get you a girl that can do both, like, and it's so nice to see the other side of it, you know, when you're usually like in the baggy shirts and stuff. And it's cool, and all of this has just been so cool, because it is definitely new things and makes me excited to try on clothes, which has never happened.
I'm excited for her to go to the PTA meeting.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be one hot mama, and
I'm dying. I can't.
And the leggings moms are gonna be real uncomfortable.
I can't.
Okay, you have to talk about these, because these You were
I feel like I want you to talk about them.
Okay, so this is actually a style that strikes terror into the heart of women across the size board, across the weight board. So when LEESHA mentioned that she was apple shaped, one of the things that she talks to me often about is give me some curves, like give me some curves. So when I saw these and we paired it with a bodysuit, which is over here, and go over to her channel. Actually, I'm gonna pop in the try on portion so you can see the full outfit. These were so great. So these are wide leg culottes. So I know that like those are terrifying to people. What's great about these in particular is the wide waistband, what's really gonna define her waist. And this long, wide panel, this pant leg, gives that like gorgeous A-line shape to the body. So it really, with the Sweetheart strapless bodysuit we paired it with, we got like a shape here, we got the waist, and then we got that like beautiful A-line silhouette, but in a totally like fashion forward chic piece in a culotte. These are great for the summer and the winter, so there's a lot of practicality to culottes, but this is one of those pieces where like, I can't tell you size 0 to 26, nobody wants to touch a culotte. And I'm like, y'all need some culottes. Like, these are great. But yeah, this is one of those pieces where like, you have to step outside your comfort zone, ladies. You have to try something new, because when she walked out with this outfit on, again, with the spring in her step, like she looked like she belonged straight in New York. Like it was something to see, to be honest. And
it's just, it really, those, even when I got those in the mail, I didn't try them on until we got here. And even here, I was like, I don't know about the color, I don't know this, but I just tried them on, and it was, I can't get over how much I loved them.
Beautiful.
It's so, with the bodysuit and with the heel, they look stellar. And it's so cool to see these things, and it's really like, it's almost like, did you ever read The Giver? Okay, well, The Giver is this children's book where everything is all black and white, and there's just this one dude who gives memories to one other person, and he starts giving this kid memories of colors, and then they start seeing, he realizes, oh, there's colors all around me, but they've been trained to not see that. Oh. And so it kind of reminds me of these in the sense that like, you only know what you know, and then when you try these different things, you can have a whole world open up to you that you never knew was right in front of you. And that's what these, that's like a really big way of saying like that these culottes are, I didn't even know what they were called. I was calling them culettes before, so forgive me. But yeah, so I love it. And it's definitely, I think that's really the whole point of this video. I feel like, well, I mean, it's your video, but like for me, the whole point of confidence and why I wanted to talk to you guys in this video was because I never realized how much fashion can really like bump up your confidence too.
Absolutely. It totally can change how you see yourself. And when it starts changing how you see yourself, you really, like you said earlier, like I can see my potential. Like I can really see what I'm capable of. And then not only that, I think so many women don't live their lives because they will not even give themselves a chance to see themselves that way. Like let's say you were someone that wanted to get like a really, I don't know, high-powered corporate job in marketing or something. And those culottes, you put them on and you're like, okay, but with a button down and a blazer, this is office appropriate. And now maybe I should go get that job. Maybe I should update my resume. It all starts with this base feeling of I look good, I feel good, and now what can I accomplish from that?
Yes, no, I 100% agree with you. I've been watching a lot of Drag Race lately, and one of the things RuPaul says in every episode is, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here?
Truth! That is the truth.
And that's really what it is. It boils down to like, you gotta feel confident, you know, you gotta be you and really get that confidence. And no, it's not easy, but once you find things that work for you, once you find your way in it, it's awesome. It's amazing.
I think outfits like this next one that LEESHA's gonna show you, this is where you start. If you're like, how do I find confidence? How do I take that first step? This is a prime example of something that should have never worked. Like on paper, this should have not worked. And I'll let you talk about how you felt with it.
So this, Crystal picked this out, and I was kind of not sure for real about this one because one, it's a jumpsuit, and it's got this stretchy waist and the print and everything about it. I kind of thought that this was just gonna give me a lot of stuff going on at my waist and was just gonna be a lot. And when I put this on, it was, I couldn't believe how great it was. It worked really well with my figure, and because of the cinched waist, we put a belt over it and it worked really well. And then the wider leg, and just, I loved it. And then the top being that lower,
like off the shoulder kind of ruffle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this piece was really super on trend for summer. So it's got the gingham, it's got a wide leg culotte, and it's got a ruffle. On paper, this should have been a calamity, but I knew when I looked at it, I was like, this is gonna hit her in every single place that she will want to have accentuated, to give her the curves that she's looking for.
Yeah.
But also this, like, LEESHA's got this vibe to her that's very artistic. And that's actually how I found her channel. I mean, God, 8 years ago?
Jesus.
7 or 8 years ago, she was never afraid of color. She would go into like a neon palette and put it on with absolute complete fearlessness, and that's what I loved about her, and what I've always respected about her. And so when I saw this piece, I thought, this is the piece for a fearless artist. And as soon as she put it on, I was like, yes, like this is it. And to me, that's who LEESHA is this person who's completely fearless and completely willing to embrace things that are not normal. And by normal, I mean leggings and sweatpants and stuff like that.
And that's the thing is that's why I think this is so cool, is because that's what I was or whatever, is before you picked out all these clothes, I was like, leggings and a tunic were dressing up for me, you know what I mean? And it's safe, really, is what it is. It doesn't look bad, but it's safe.
It doesn't look bad at all.
And so trying these different outfits that were like scary, to be honest, it was really cool. And it still is cool, because it's realizing that you can go to the next level, and it will make you feel even better about yourself in the process.
Yes. So I know this video was like a million years long, so let's just cut it off here. Thank you so much for being on my channel, LEESHA, and being brave enough to talk about this stuff. I know it may not like seem brave as we're sitting here after a 12-hour workday and we're exhausted, but the truth is to be able to talk about honest things like body issues, and honest things about, you know, the journey of confidence and stuff. It's really, I do it all day long, so it's not a big deal for me, but no, like, it's real. I think it's awesome that you came in here and talked about this stuff. Thank you for doing it. So guys, don't forget to check out LEESHA's try on haul. I'll put a link in the end screen, and then also the one down in the description box below. I hope that this video encourages you to try something different and to take that first step towards finding self-love and finding confidence. Fashion will always be the fastest and best and most fun gatekeeper, so just start there. So that is it for us, you guys. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you so much. I'll see you next time. So clearly you're still here, which means clearly you want to hang out some more. So click on these videos here. We have some hauls, some try-on hauls, because you know I love to make try-on hauls, and you can subscribe to me right here. So click on LEESHA to watch more hauls and more fashion things, and subscribe, and yeah, and everything is awesome. And we can hang out all day if you just like click on these videos and keep clicking. Just keep clicking.
The club next door is popping.
What? Hey.